Don't test just yet though. Delegate equals self, and that just means that this view controller is going to be responding to a lot of other stuff. Map view dot zoom enabled equals no, and that might actually be something that early on you want to set to yes if you're just kind of playing around. And same with scroll enabled. Well, you know what? I should just, because I'm going to want to play around during the lesson too. I'll set them up to yes, but later on we're going to turn these back off. Map view dot user interaction enabled equals yes. One thing to consider is that the map view kind of overrides the touch events that we're going to be setting up later, like moving around that scope, and which causes things to blow up. So that's the main reason why these are turned off. And now I think, let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and build it and see what we just end up getting here. Probably a big old map of the United States and other countries. Oh, shoot, this is set to device. Okay, so that's a great sign right there, and you can see actually that. So I am moving it around. If I hold down Option and do some pinch movements here, clearly user interaction is enabled, and it seems like in these later versions of the iPhone, the simulator is slowing down a lot with the zooming in on stuff, but maybe it's just me. Anyway, probably somewhere in Kansas, farm country. Look at that. Let's see if I can see the farmer. Almost. Okay, let's keep doing what we're going to do here. And, all right, let's set up our location manager. And maybe what we should do is actually put a big note up here that says initial setup for the map. For the location manager. All right, self dot. We probably don't even have to write self there, but that's what my notes say. Location manager equals. Here's another guy that we're gonna allocate and initialize. So CL location manager allocate it, init it, and then location. Oops. Manager.delegate equals self, and location manager dot desired accuracy, and go ahead and hit the escape key here and see what you get. Actually try hit and type KC first, and then actually let's keep writing LL. Okay, I'm gonna set it to location accuracy best, and obviously there's some other options here which it's not really even worth trying to test during a lesson, but you feel free to go ahead and look those up, but we shall go with best, because why not? It's the best. Okay, and then here we go. Now that that's ready to roll, we write location manager, start updating location, and then I'm also going to use location manager, start updating heading. And you would probably want to comment that out if you don't want to do anything with the compass, or if you're on a phone that doesn't support the compass stuff. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world though if you try to use it with an older phone. You know what? I know I've seen this before. There is some if statement that checks to see if your phone's capable of that, but Anyway, it doesn't really play much of a part in this lesson, so feel free if you want to comment that out to do it. But all right, let's now. We don't want to build this now because we haven't actually set up our method for these location updates. So what we need to do is come down here and write void location manager. Okay, colon. CL location manager, it's a little star guy here, right? Manager did update to location. It's kind of scaring me that's not auto-filling in some of this stuff. I'm looking for typos, scanning across. Okay, guess it's just not showing me the love today. Location. Yeah, usually this is one of those things that just, as soon as you begin typing it, it gives you like the whole thing. Oops. All right. CL location. And I know that's about to get cut off. Okay. See if we can get this all in one breath. There we go. There's a there's a bracket that's almost getting cut off. Anyway, what this method does is it's going to fire when we call this start updating location, and it's going to keep firing when we get location updates. So like when you move around. Or, again, as I said before, if you're not really moving around, you still end up getting an update occasionally. I'm just going to go and paste in this NSLog statement just so that we can see in the output window when we run this when it actually does that, that update for us. Next, let's write location equals a new location. I remember now that the first location there, that's the variable that we set up in our header file. And then a new location, that's coming from this whole method right here. And notice too, it's giving you your new one, and it's also keeping track of where you were before, your old one. In this case, we'll just be using our new location, and it's giving us the coordinates. Remember, coordinates, there's also things like dot latitude, dot longitude. But it's a structure, so it's feeding both of those latitude and longitude into our location right here, and we're going to use that in just a moment to zoom our map to where we're at, basically. And next up, MK coordinate region. We're going to write region right here. If you want to hold down the option key, double click on this guy. A structure that defines which portion of the map to display. Okay, and that's about as much as we need to read into that. Let's just go ahead and write region.center equals, oops, okay, our location. All right, so the center of that region is where we're at. And then actually, let me put a little note here. I'm going to write once location is obtained, zoom location, or I should maybe write center to that location. And then this down here will be set zoom level using span. Okay, next up, write MK coordinate span. Again, if you want to do that little trick there, a structure that defines the area spanned by map region. Okay, and then span dot latitude delta equals, and inside of here we're going to eventually make this equal to a variable, but for right now let's just write 0.03. Okay, and span dot longitude delta equals 0.03 region dot span equals span. So this is basically just setting up how zoomed in we are. And finally, let's write map view set region now we get to use region and animated. If you wanted to animate to this, you could write true here. Otherwise, I think actually we're at a point that we can test this out. It's still not going to do us too much good to test in the simulator. Let's build it real fast just to see if there's any difference or any problems. And then, let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's close that out. Let's test it in my actual iPhone. So, build and run. And let's see what happens. We're waiting. Okay, here we go. Sure enough, that's where I live at. And cool, it animated toward it. Neato. I think I'm somewhere like right there. And actually, we can now, I can show you that, well, my hand is actually getting in the way, but so all the user interaction is there. We can pinch to zoom out and so on. So we got us a working little map, and let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and set that to false just because I'm pretty sure that for things that we're doing later on, that needs to be false. We don't always want to be animating to it, but let's do this. Let's go and set up that little pinpoint for where we're going to be at on the map. And so I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do I'm going to set shows user location to yes. And actually, if we were to build it again really quick, of course I just closed down the video preview. Huh, that's odd. Let's try that one more time. Well, while that's loading up, I'm going to go find this code that we need to throw in. Okay, well, so you can see that it's probably a waste of time to just only show you that. But, well, now we've got the blue dot there, and we've got this big circular area around it just showing us where we're actually at. And, of course, if I move the map, that stays in place over there. We can, though, also put in, and I'm just going to do a big old copy and paste here for you guys because, again, this is not something that we're going to be using in the lesson itself, but this MK annotation view, and it is going to just basically drop a little pin where we are on the map, and you'll see that in just a second. Actually, I should have set that to true, just so we could see it dropping down there. There it is. Yay. Okay, so again, this will be something that is there for you if you want it. All right. All right, next up, let's actually go over into Interface Builder so that we can put an image on here and have it rotate around based on the our phone's little compass heading. All right, so we need to go over here to resources. Let me move this back out again. And actually, in fact, before we jump over there, we need to import in our resources. We forgot to do this before. Okay, so in this resources folder that I gave you guys with the in the main example folder here, well, now I'm all over the place. Just go ahead and grab everything in here, and let's dump it into resources. Be sure this is checked off, copy items, and we're going to just make use of this scope for right now. So go to blow up your location view controller .zip or .nib, whichever pronunciation you prefer, and